Yeah, so you saying in '85, pretty much like you started figuring out that you didn't need major record companies to pretty much finance you on none of your music.
Well, the break that we took between like '86 and '89, you know, we were doing like live shows, like every night, any chance that we had to perform. You know, we were doing talent shows. And one of our partners from Lafayette that was producing us at the time, named Big Swift.
Big Swift, Big Swift.
I don't know who Big Swift is. Originally from Lafayette, Jonathan Catalon called him Doc Fresh. But he got recruited by Clay D. Remember that song Shake Them Titties and Boot the Boot and all that from Miami?
I remember that.
Yeah, we opened up for them one night. They saw our DJ and they recruited him. If y'all don't know who Big Swift is, you know Big Swift produced Superstars for Fat Pat and Mike D on Fat Pat album.
Really?
Yeah, Sweet Down, Sweet Cherries, a lot of
really
boy shit, you know what I'm saying? But that's who we started off with in the music business. He got recruited to Miami, so we started doing shows in the South with them. Like if they had spot dates, like man, if y'all can get down here, y'all got 10 minutes or whatever. So we started moving around.
That's the Crash Crew moving around.
It's
still a Crash Crew. I'm just making sure. Okay.
Yeah, it's Crash Crew. And between '86, '87, the dope hit hard. '88 was a rough year, you know what I'm saying? Still trying to do the right thing. But by '89, I gave up. I'm like, fuck this, I'm finna get some of this real money. I dabbled in it, fucked with it a little bit, but in '89 I decided, I'm like, bro, I'm finna get me some money. So once we started seeing money, the love of the music never died, but we just realized like, man, now we don't have to wait on nobody to help us. We making this kind of money, you know what I'm saying? So we in and out of Houston at this time, so I bumped into a few people and met some people and got some jewels in the game. Went to a studio called BPM, where we found out where the Ghetto Boys recorded the first Ghetto Boy album, Grip It on Another Level, where they rapped on a clipboard with a mic. And a dude named Doug King, white boy Doug King and John Beadle, all of them, that was the Ghetto Boys producers. We met these guys and we ended up doing a record. And they was like, bro, y'all can really rap. So my homeboy, at the time that was with George Fisher, was in Beaumont, and he met up with this millionaire dude, was like, man, I got some cats that really got flow. So we hooked up with a dude out of Beaumont that recorded our first record called Check Out the Melody.
Check Out the Melody.
But at that time...
this still '85? No, '89, I'm sorry. '89, okay.
So the demo was made in '89. They actually released it in January '90. And they had a discrepancy with the Crash Crew because there was a group in California called the LA Crash Crew, and they copyrighted the name. So we had to change our name to COD at this point. So we changed it to COD, we released the record, a song called Check Out the Melody, another song called Foolin' with the Girlies, and forgot the other song that was on it. It was a 3-song EP that we put out. And we opened up for it was Heavy D, Big Daddy Kane, Rakim, Bobby Brown, the CNC Music Factory in Beaumont. And some guys from Sony heard our shit, we slid them our music. Less than 3 months later, we hear our beat on the song.
Really?
What the fuck is this? You know what I'm saying? This is my first introduction to the business part, the shady side of it. So we listening to the song, and the song is called Things That Make You Go by CNC Music. Yeah. They took the beat, they were promising to sign us, but they never, Sony people, but they never used it.
Wow.
The group ended up using it, and what happened was it was a James Brown sample, right?
Right.
And the song is called Do the Popcorn. If you remember the song Things That Make You Go the beat do boom, 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 right?
Right.
So they were like, how can we steal y'all music? It's a James Brown sample. But what they didn't know is that we had lawyers that proved that they stole our intellectual property. And the way we proved it was 2 songs. It was Do the Popcorn that actually had the bass line, the boom, 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 boom.
Right, right.
But the other part of the song was James Brown live at the Apollo. That was his introduction. And what they didn't know that was two James Brown records we used, and they thought that was just a James Brown sample. So Do the Popcorn, was the bass line, and the other song was the intro where he said, hit me one time, bump, hit me two times, bump, bump, now bring it all in, bump, nah, nah,
Right,
bump.
right.
So we used two records, like boom, 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 nah, nah, bump. You feel me?
Yeah.
Y'all stole our shit. So we ended up getting awarded $16 million from Sony, but the nigga from Beaumont had the power of attorney. We trusted him. He ran to Germany with the money.
Wow.
So we didn't get a penny of
So pause. So the first time that you ever put a song out, you put together a $16 million play, no cap. It was no cap.
This document, this federal document, you can look it up. AH Production, nigga named Aaron Hunter from Beaumont. Anybody can tell me where